to Donna Salah, holding it down for the true Gorilla Squad. 14 killer black on track with dread. Got ahead and then it takes to the fed. Know with a real deal with sex appeal. No choice to kneel, cause we are the shield that guards the realms of men who won't bend. Near to the boy who offend the sin. Who for them and catch me, boy, you'd be dead. Lord have mercy if I go to the Fed. Here we go, yeah, what do you know? You better help me out before I let you go. I gotta protect my rep up in here, never scared but sincere. That's why I'm revered, always on a tear, cause I never fear. No sucker for love, troll chilling in the rear. They try so hard to get me banned once again. Some try to diss, others try to be my friend. They don't even know that I know they pretend. When I block them hard, yeah, straight for the win. The dawn of the law, gotta bring more news. I tell you what it is, and then you're gonna choose what you want, the lies or the truth. What do you want that makes you recluse? The SP, you know who be me. Fire in the sky, and you know I can see through the lies that these guys will do. Through the lies, and they don't have a clue. 44, 14, the wisdom my door. I know what it is, 14 on the score. I'm bad to the bone, baby, that's how I ride. I ride like this, but I'm never surprised by any of you kids spitting out lies. I rep Phantom Menace, the Dark Council lie. Hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it. Welcome, everybody. This is your brother Abu Nas. And welcome to another episode of The High Ground. And it's been a little while since I've been back in here making a video, but that's good. That's good. It's good for me, and it's good for all of you, so we can talk candidly once again, you know? And I'm not gonna be long, because I've been doing everything else but getting back to the bread and butter that I love and I dedicated my YouTube channel for. And, you know, I had a wonderful, wonderful podcast with the four nerds a couple of days back. And, you know, towards the end, it went into the Snyder Cut, and then we, segue into Star Wars. But the conversation and the discussion, got passionate and heated. And, of course, when we talk about The Last Jedi and the things that movie did, it is the most divisive movie in the Star Wars franchise, and I'm trying to use my words correctly, because when I hear people defending that movie, it gets my blood going, But I had, not so much as a debate, but we had discussions on our opinions of the movie, and he made some interesting points, and as much as I don't like it and I don't agree with it, I have to respect it, because I respect the man that was, telling it to me. And I said, okay. But deep down, at the end of the day, I think I'm more geared on what my true beliefs on that movie is, that segue into what the rise of Papa Palpatine had become, and what the sequel trilogy basically became overall. Now, for me, I can't even tell you, man. I'm more after that discussion. I am more on it now than I've ever been before. Now, I'm more on putting the boots to this sequel trilogy more than ever before. It's been over 8 months and some change since the rise of Papa Palpatine came out, And, for me, I'm like, well, shit. Do I even continue to talk about this? Because a lot of people said Star Wars is dead. They said Star Wars is dead. It's not coming back. Let's move on. Let's do something else with our lives, And I said, all right, that's fine. But every now and again, we come right back to the same shit, you know? Because as much as I want to move away from Star Wars, you know, a part of me could never do it because of how ingrained that the Star Wars saga is in me, in my DNA, in my matrix, and everything that I loved, but at the time I couldn't verbalize how much it truly meant to me on every level, and shit, man, hearing rumors and other stuff from, reputable sources, sources within our community that was on it, and specifically the videos that our brother Doomcock made, regarding it, and pretty much everything that he was saying, I've been knew in my head deep down that there's something going on, there's really something going on that I feel like I need to verbalize, hopefully to get you in the mood to say that what Disney and fake Lucasfilm has been doing wasn't working. It wasn't working for the same reason that these talentless hacks thought they was going to succeed when they started doing Force Awakens. Everything that they did was based off of bullshit. And in my head, because Bob Iger, spilt the tea on Lucas and disrespected him, and everything else just fell by the wayside behind it, So I look at it in the sense where, okay, we went through The Last Jedi. The shit didn't work. People just lost their fucking mind. And now you have to do cleanup. And then the cleanup wasn't even all that great. Because, you couldn't clean it up but so much. Rian Johnson just killed it. So, what do? Now that in the aftermath, it just got worse. Because everybody was screaming on Rise of Skywalker now. Bringing credence to everything we said way back when. The Lucasfilm company is in disarray. The Mandalorian came out, gave a slither of hope. But even then, that's not enough. Because the overall thing with Disney is that they gotta make that bread. They gotta make that moolah. That cheddar. The dinero. They gotta make that. If they're not making it, then what do you got? You got absolutely positively fucking nothing. Nothing. So now where do you go? Where do you go? You can't go nowhere with this now. Somebody got, shit, you spent $4 billion, getting the property. You got to get the return on the investment. And unfortunately, nothing happened. Nothing happened. No return on the investment on any level. $4 billion, you barely made $2 with Force Awakens. $1 billion, that's $3. But you're supposed to be paying for something and you get triple, quadruple the investment, because Star Wars for over 40 years sold itself. And it was a mega empire, on every level. So what the fuck happened? Well, if you will indulge me in a little bit, we'll go through the dark and dirty details together. The social justice warrior, female-driven pandering fest that Kathleen Kennedy was on from the start finally got exposed. It was exposed a long time beforehand, but goddamn, now you see it come in all its glory. But hey man, I'm not hating on her trying to do something new and get new fans, but goddamn, don't shit on the old fans while you're doing it. And that's exactly what happened. So now, what do you do? What do you do? You gotta try to adapt. Well, if adapting is trying to shovel the same shit down our throat that we got with the Last Jedi, then baby, that's exactly where it all went wrong. And Lucasfilm been limping ever since. You know. Now we come to the crux that after eight months of Rise of Papa Palpatine and how the fans, pundits, bloggers, you know, reporters, even Joe Schmo down in the docks had a thing to say, and they beating this shit to the ground. You know, all that setup JJ tried to do, and this shit, nothing. But you know what? I'm not surprised, because like I said, you didn't put the fans first. The fans that, like myself, you know, that understood where everything needed to progress. Shit, we had the EU for damn near 30 years. The George Lucas era EU. And it's been fine. It's been wonderful. We followed our heroes on their natural progression. You know? Not the bullshit progression that Disney gave us. And some people was kind of making excuses behind that. You know? Well, why couldn't, you know, they need to change. I don't want the same thing that I saw in the original trilogy. And I don't want the same thing. You're not getting the same thing. Not in the way that, I mean, in a way you're getting something that other people have put their time and their effort in the EU to show you a natural progression. You know? When it came to the movies, you wanted to see something different. You wanted to see, well, like I said, you know, in my head, I didn't think that Smuggler Han, you know, who progressed to General, had to go back to Smuggler. You know? Now it was said, you know, in my thing that, you know, well, there was nothing for him to do. Nothing for him to do? Shit, there's a lot of things you can do. I'm just saying, people don't have to shoehorn themselves that if you won a war, you know, and you're out of a job, you got to go back to crime because you don't know what to do with yourself. You don't necessarily have to write characters like that, you know, but for some reason, you know, this was brought to me, and I've heard it in other areas too. You know, it doesn't necessarily have to be like that. You know, same thing for Leia, and especially for Luke. Natural progression is basically, you know, you go through ups and downs, ebbs and flows in your life. And that's for everybody. So yeah, I can understand Luke Skywalker, Han Solo, and Princess Leia has to be tested in other areas too, you know. But these are staples in our consciousness, as they are heroes and figures that we look up to, that gave us purpose, and for lack of a better word, you know, our idols, you know, for lack of a better word, our idols that we look up to, that, you know, that fills our heart with joy, you know. Shit that, you know, we deal with the outside world on all types of other bullshit and everything, and you know, bog you down, you know, politics, women, men, family issues, this one, that one. Sometimes you want to go back into your little shell and check out something that just filled you with happiness, you know, get you in your make-believe land and just revel in the stories of your heroes, you know. Sometimes these things are important in terms of our mental health, you know, to bring things back that, you know, I can only wish I could see something like this in real life. But since it's a fantasy, you know, at least I can live in that world to just bring me back into balance. So when I go off to work or go off to school or go off and do this, you know, I got a semblance of common sense, that I could tell right from wrong. You know, I could tell good from evil. I could tell this from that one. You know, we need these things. But Disney felt like they wanted to bring it up to the 21st century, you know, binaries and he, she's and everybody else and, you know, women power, all the same. But like I said, George Lucas's Star Wars saga is timeless. It's always been timeless. It's generational. For the past 40 years, we ain't never had a problem with these characters, their situations, this, that. Not until Disney got their hands on it, that's when everything went to shit. So I know that, number one, the true problem is that the leadership there, it should not even be in the forefront because they don't even have a clue as to what it is about. And Kathleen Kennedy even said it out of her own mouth. We didn't have no real stories and everything. Like I said, George Lucas told her to her face that we got treasure troves of books, comics, and video games. We got all of that. Just use it. Nobody didn't want to do that because they thought they was more talented and more creative than the maker and his vision. And it failed. So now Disney, in the sense of where they at now and how much they're losing money, how much they losing merchandise, how much they losing everything. And on top of that, you know, the current situation in this country now made the situation worse. So they don't have much time. The Galaxy's Edge is dead. Nobody don't fucking talk about it. Nobody. You know? And then you have the usual dickheads running around here trying to justify this shit. You know? That it's okay. We're going in a new direction. Do you ever wonder how that's the tagline? We're going in a new direction. We're gonna try to right the ship. We're gonna, you know, we got fresh new stuff. We got the Mandalorian. We got Obi-Wan. We got Cassian Andor. We got this one. We got that one. We gonna give you the good Star Wars. You gonna give us the good Star Wars? So I guess the other shit that you was giving us for the past 3 movies, guess that wasn't it. Even though you said it was it at that time. All right. Well, fast forward now. The jig is up. The fans already know what happened. They know the real deal. You know, every excuse everybody in Lucasfilm tried to give you, you know, basically crumbled under the weight of how bad the rise of Papa Palpatine was. And so everybody's skirt was pulled up. And Bob Iger and the other Disney shareholders, they sitting up here like, listen, man, we gotta fucking do something, man. We paid all this money, nothing's working. Well, the first order of business is to get Kathleen Kennedy the fuck out of there. But I've noticed that in the months, probably maybe for a whole year, in my opinion, you don't really hear too much from her. You know, if she was working behind the scenes or pushing certain buttons that she could get away with, she probably was doing it. But she not at the forefront like she was before the before The Last Jedi came out. So now, where you at? Underground, trying to find find a way to try to make yourself relevant. And each month that passes, each time that Disney's losing money, each time that nothing is popping off, the spotlight is on you, champ. And goddamn it, it's getting worse. And the shareholders and Bob Iger, at the very least, can finally say, you know what, fuck all of this other nonsense with the progressive social justice warrior nonsense, women power. Listen, we got an incompetent person here. And I told you, I don't deal with genders like that. If you incompetent, whether you a man or a woman, you get called out. So in this case, it's a woman. You're incompetent. You don't know what the fuck you doing. You thought you did, but you really didn't. You had an agenda. You tried to push it. It failed. Everything that you put together is now no longer there. So you by yourself in your own world. Brian Johnson's still up here playing the role and playing the fool, talking about, oh, my trilogy's on. Oh, now I'm negotiating on Lucasfilm. You're going to be negotiating with Lucasfilm till the day he fucking die. That's why he doing what he doing. And don't pay no attention to that little thing that they put out there about the another Star Wars movie going to be made in 2022, 25 and all of that. Listen, we got to get past this year with everything that's going on. And even then, this shit may stay with us for a little while. You know? It's not going to be the same in terms of going to the movies and everybody going to be... No. Y'all got to start doing things different now. So, with that being said, hey, streaming service, that's a good trick. That's a good trick. And why not? Shit, The Mandalorian is killing them. You know? But like I said, it's a step in the right direction. Lucasfilm knows it. But we're still losing money. Big time. And the thing with the toys, that was once a stable, that was once a money maker in and of itself, nothing's popping off. Them toys, them Rose Tico, fucking Ray Palpatine action figures, shits are still on the sell. Selling for $1.99, 99 cents, 50 cents. Fuck it, you know, get it for 10 cents with a voucher. Do something, but get rid of them toys. They can't even get rid of them fast enough. You know, shit's got to be destroyed after a while. Money lost. Now nobody don't. Like I said, Disney thought they could do better without the toys. You know, because they were scared of spoilers and all of that. Like I said, everything just went to shit. So what do? Me myself, I've been told people day in, day out, year in and year out. There is only one thing that you can do. Start the fuck over. Start over, you know, because whatever you was trying to put together didn't work. And then the fans are all split, you know, some like myself, as I feel the majority is that we didn't want the sequel trilogy to be the trash that it is. And then you got a little subsection of, you know, of Disney loyalists and people that, you know, oh my God, you know, Disney, you know, got it better, you know, that the old EU is trash. I mean, and you see people on Twitter losing their fucking minds because people like us that staying true to the George Lucas era is trying to show you that that era of storytelling is way better and we should have stuck with that. We got great YouTubers whose channels is dedicated to that. You know, Lord Callis, my brother from the Dark Council. You got Ryan Kennel that has of storybook streams. Lethal Lightning 2. You know, so is Mara J, my vice president. You know, other YouTubers, OG Star Wars especially. Her channel is dedicated only for the George Lucas era. And then she's getting more heat behind people that just can't seem to understand that Disney cherry-picked from the EU to make their shit, and then when it don't work, and we tell them exactly why it didn't work, because you was cherry-picking from stuff that you should have been using in the first place. You know? I mean, we got a dumbass dude that just today, his name is Doom Skeleton. Doom Skeleton, right, exactly. Let me pop this up. Now, I don't have a share on here. All right, he says he loves history, comics, writing, blah, blah. He's bi and he's shy. And he's ready to fly. God almighty. He's from Michigan, so go figure. So now he's arguing with OG Star Wars on some bullshit where, you know, basically Star Wars Holocron posted the thing. OG Star Wars said he's Vader 2.0, and that's exactly correct. J.J. Abrams did a New Hope reboot, soft reboot. Pound for pound, line for line, more or less, but it's unmistakable. The only reason we gave it a pass at that time was that we thought we was going to get the good shit in episode 8. Oh, how wrong we was. So now, that the Force Awakens is always going to have that taint. Even more so behind the bullshit that Bob Iger did to Lucas with his story treatments to bring Force Awakens into existence in the first place. Because the Force Awakens, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm sorry to say, and it's going to hurt your feelings, but I don't even care. It's a fucking cash and grab. That's all that shit was, to get the shareholders their money. And we fell for it. Why? Because we saw Mark Hamill, Harrison Ford, and Carrie Fisher in a movie that we waited 30 years to see them. That was the hook. That was the bait, and we fell for it, myself included. No, that's not a crime, you know? That's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to bring everybody in the theater. You couldn't do that with fucking Ray, BB-8, Latino Po. You know, you can't do all of that. You did the diversity check marks for these things. Because you wanted to make it clear it was all about diversity. When Star Wars was already diverse. But A New Hope didn't have no black people. Okay, that aside, but Empire Strikes Back, who do we get? The legendary Lando Calrissian. And it's been progressive and diverse ever since. You know? Prequels was diverse out they ass. Nobody cried. Nobody went through a whole bunch of shit. We just enjoyed the ride. It was organic. It wasn't forced. In the hands of the maker, George Lucas, you know, he knows how to tell a story without preaching to your ass. He knows how to tell a story without having to hammer all these real life shit in your face. He told simple stories. That was timeless. And we all got it. And that's been a staple for the past 40 years. Until these assholes came into play. And look what we got. But back to the Doom Skeleton dude. He getting on her because she basically told him, look, your boy Kylo is 2.0 Vader. Deal with it. He goes back and say, well, there's a dozen books about Jason Solo. But that's who they took to make Kylo. You understand? Jason Solo was a badass Jedi Knight. He was a brilliant military commander and a brilliant mind in that order. But he was haunted, especially in where the EU novels progressed his character until he finally succumbed to the dark side of the Force and became Darth Caedus. You know? But in his head, you got books on Jason Solo. Go read them. Her whole channel is made up of stuff within the, because in his head, he told her, oh, you whine and moan and bitch and complain. Wouldn't it be more productive to read what you enjoy? This is how you know he's stupid. This is you know he's all in his feelings. Because he's telling a woman whose whole channel is to teach, educate on George Lucas's era Star Wars for the stuff that she actually read. You know? She goes over plot lines of stuff, of the books that she read. But as this dude would say, go and watch something that you could read and be more productive. Like I said, Disney kids doing Disney shit. All right, well, past all of that, where we at now, Abunas? We got nothing. We got the Mandalorian. We got Obi-Wan. What we gonna get? My brother, let me hit you up on something that Doomcock already put it out there. But in my head, I was already feeling the same. Now I've been waiting for a while that somewhat coinciding with what my brother did. Shout out to Doomcock. He laid it down, and it makes perfect sense. And like I said, I was thinking the same way. I said, you know what's gonna get Disney and Lucasfilm, Disney fake Lucasfilm back on track? You need to start the fuck over. That's what I said this from way back. Start the fuck over. Just deep six all of that. Now I made a live stream, you know, about a month or so back, that there was rumors that they was gonna use that Veil of the Force bullshit and that fucking trash ass Rebel show and whatnot, just so they can have that loophole to go back, and then they're gonna try to make, you know, one timeline this way and then one timeline that way, so everybody can have the best of both worlds. The Disney, you know, Kathleen Kennedy, you know, soy boy shit, you know, they can have that. And then while the real fans can have, you know, this over here. It's a win-win. Everybody happy. No. Because then we're going to have this infighting between people saying that, just like we're doing now, George Lucas era versus Disney trash shit. And we try to educate these dummies exactly what they need to hear, but they ain't going to want to hear it. Because these are the same type of fucking clowns that said Mark is too old, Anthony Daniels didn't have much to do. You know, they had their agenda. They wanted to push what they wanted to push. And ain't nobody thinking about Ray, Poe, Finn, shit. My man John Big Dick Boyega, he's screaming on this shit now. He letting his feelings known. They played you, mate. They played you, Mike. Yeah, they played you. You know? And he know it, and he's letting them have it. What are they going to do? Shit, JJ's over at Warner Brothers right now trying to develop Man of Steel 2 or whatever. So he trying to do his thing. Everybody at Lucasfilm is divided. That place is a mess. So what are we going to do to get this shit going? You got to bring Star Wars back into balance. And the only way you're going to do that is to start completely over and have leadership that's proven that's going to get the job done. Well, we got Jon Favreau. Yeah, but Favreau is not the man that started this all. And yes, now comes to the crux of my video. If you want to put Star Wars back on track, you got to go back to the source. You got to go back to the essence. You got to go back to the maker. Yeah, I've said this in many videos. Shit, JJ went and did it when he was doing the Rise of Skywalker. He went right up to George. Hello? George, are you there? JJ, is that you? Yeah, I'm doing Rise of Skywalker. I don't know what the fuck to do. Bob Iger's losing his mind. Kathleen Kennedy bugging out. What am I going to do, George? I need help. Jesus Christ, help me, help me. George said, you know what, I'm going to help you, man. And he did. And that's why the legendary, the legendary assembly called the Lucas Cut was born. You know, they actually filmed some stuff that Lucas approved of. Lucas, helped them out, shaped it up, and said we gonna get the shit back on track. Follow me, But when Disney caught wind of it, looked at it, Kathleen Kennedy bugging out. I don't want George Lucas ruining everything that I tried to build. And they fell for the okie doke. That's why JJ was pissed. But what can he do? He's always contractually obligated to finish the damn movie. So that's what he did. And look what they got. So at the end of the day, you made all these changes. You made all the Kathleen Kennedy on the side, put certain things in. And it still didn't work. If anything, it made it worse. Now, here we are. Galaxy Edge dead. Toys are dead. Fans are split. Nobody's not buying anything. Everybody's bootlegging everything. Nobody's making no money. And now with this thing across the country, nobody's not going to the movie. Nobody's not going to the parks. Nobody. Money gone. What are we gonna do? Well, we gotta do something. So let's start with the issues with Star Wars in and of itself. And the rumblings in Lucasfilm, there's many people that agree, that Jon Favreau's been saying for a minute. This shit is trash. We got the deep six this, and that's the only way you gonna do it. Deep six it all. Send it on its way. Let it go. And the only one that could do that is the maker himself. And the rumors that was going around from what my brother was speaking, and I can believe it. They told him, yo, man, George, you got to come back, man. We can't. We thought we could do this shit without you, but oh, how wrong we was. And Lucas probably told him, you know what? I really don't want to be fucking bothered, but this is my baby. This was my life. I built, my life behind this. And I don't want to pass on from this world, God forbid, to see it just decimated and destroyed that it was. So you know what? If I come back, I'm taking over. You guys don't do shit. You just sit back and let the maker, the master, do his thing. And I'll get you boys back on track. And like I said, all of these are rumors, but can you still imagine how much that Disney is panicking behind this shit? Yeah, man. Yeah. Do that, George. Not a problem, baby. You know what? Sign on the dotted line. Like I said, our hands are clean. Kathleen Kennedy, get the fuck out of here. All these little social justice nitwits, the fuck out of here. High Republic, out of here. You know? Other dumbass shows that y'all want to put on development, put that on the side. Hold on. Let's get the sequel trilogy out in the bag. Make our heroes be heroes. Have secondary heroes come up under the wing of the real heroes, and then by the time the episode 9, the real episode 9 under George Lucas, you'll be, how should we say, invested in all the characters, you know? And then by that time, they can shine, and then the old heads can fall back and let the new blood rock. That's how it's supposed to be done from the beginning. What a concept. It's almost like, A, B, C. We win. But nobody's not on that level. And I know why. Because they saw dollar signs before they saw the signs in which they needed to use their head and use critical thinking on how to put something together that pleases not a subsection of your fan base that you thought was going to rock with you for the next 30 years. I'm talking about the real fans that was here from the beginning, that was generational, that supported you for more than 40 years, and we could have won another 40 more had you not fucked it up. But now that we, at this point, probably told George Lucas, do what you got to do, man. But help us, please. God help us. And listen, I know there was some laughter and some rumblings, but all George Lucas is going to do is talk about midichlorians and all this other dumb shit with the Journal of the Wills. And listen, let me tell you something. After the bullshit we got, after the total fucking trash trilogy that we got, I will joyously skip I will go and skip my ass to the movie, pay my ticket to go see a George Lucas sequel trilogy, corny dialogue and all. I will happily see that. Because I saw what we got from these so-called talented writers and directors and producers. I've seen it. Star Wars was not meant to be for a corporation. That's the lesson we learned. Star Wars as a company, it's only great when it's under the direction of the man who has the vision, its creator. And let George Lucas finish his story. I'm all for that. I'm down for that. And I pray to God, before I pass away, I see that. You know? So, I'm not giving nothing else a pass. I'm not accepting, fucking Jake Skywalker sucking, licking on aliens, sucking titties, and having Ray Palpatine beat him. I'm not accepting that. I'm not accepting nothing that makes my hero weak and cowardly. I'm not accepting anything that makes Han Solo look like sad old deadbeat Dad Han. I'm not accepting anything that makes our Princess Leia, not progress as the daughter of Anakin Skywalker, where she could be a Jedi and a politician to boot. You could do both. No, not them. Slap a general tag on a titty and sent her on her way. I'm not accepting anything behind it. Me, this is where it's at. And I hope that I've regaled you and, kept you interested in, oh my God, 40 minutes. Okay, I gotta bounce. All right, so that's my critical thinking. George Lucas has to come back. That's the rumor that's going around. He gotta come back. Because there ain't no way that this shit is gonna get fixed without him. Jon Favreau knows it. He's just waiting in the wings because he's gonna do everything that Lucas tells him to do. And happily. Mandalorian 2, by the time that Lucas can get back here, before Mandalorian 2 is done, or as they filming, shit might be fantastic. If George Lucas has his hands all over the Obi-Wan series, that shit's gonna be fantastic. If George Lucas got his hands all over the Cassian Andor series that they're trying to make, it's probably gonna be good. Why? Because George Lucas knows his universe. you know? And even if he doesn't know every single part, the fans helped him, and the fans will always be there for him. You know? That's why we got the YouTubers that we got now making it happen. And I'm here for all of it. So, that's it for me. You know, like I said, I know I'm a bit rusty. And I'm sorry if, like I said, if I'm hoping that you lasted this long. You know what I'm saying? To just hang out with me and just, you know, take the steps back and see what's important and know where the future of Star Wars that we can get back. And we got the right players in place. And it starts with the maker. Once he's on board, once he's running things again, once he's making the decisions that count, get that bullshit the fuck out of here, get Rebels out of here, get all that nonsense out of here. And for all you Ahsoka Tano fans, that chick got to get a shelf life. George Lucas know it? No, I'm sorry, Mr. Filoni, but your girl got to get the axe. Nobody talked about it in the sequel trilogy. You're not going to fucking shoehorn her in anything else. You know, she serves a purpose in the prequels. Let it go. You know, like I said, all that other bullshit, everybody gonna fall in line. Once Lucas gets back in charge, trust me, every single person from Filoni to Watiki Wiki to this one to that one, everybody gonna fall in line. They gonna take the cue from the maker. They gonna write scripts. They gonna do this. They gonna get it to Lucas. He gonna look over him like, yeah, we can run with that. Nah, we're not fucking with that. Nah, you better change all of this. And best believe they gonna do that. And like I said, the new kids may not be able to rock with it, but oh well. Not my problem, homie. You know, you can find the new Twilight somewhere else. You can find the new other shit somewhere else on Netflix, Amazon Prime. You can do all of that. Leave Star Wars for us. All the old heads that nobody don't care about and y'all all washed up. Nah, leave that for us. We gonna pay our money. We gonna keep this thing afloat. Trust me. All right? Like I said, we gonna go to the parks when we see our heroes there. Trust me. You know, we gonna pay, we gonna get the merchandise back on track where people gonna be, the toys gonna be flying off the shelves. Trust me on that. These new kids, these 18 to 25-year-olds, the pronouns and bios and all that, they not gonna ride like that. They not. But we are, and we are always gonna be where it's at. Sorry to tell you, that's my opinion. That's based on actual fact, because look what y'all got. So with that being said, thank you again for hanging out with your brother Abu Nas. 42 minutes, god damn, I'm almost been here running my mouth for about an hour. Hopefully y'all still here. But listen, you know, we gonna still get this thing cracking. Check me out at the Dark Council next Tuesday. We're gonna be on Fatal J's channel and we're gonna light it up. And like I said, and then the week after that, we're gonna be back here at the Rehabilitation Center celebrating my big 5-0 with the Dark Council and everybody that I ride with, you know. And like I said, man, keep the faith, because we're not done yet. Hopefully George Lucas can come in and save the day, and then we'll be right back on track. Best believe that. So with that being said, I want to take you out of here like. Is it easy or hard for you to see how your mentality has messed you up, B? My intellect is more for advanced, as you know, to comprehend the universal flow on the low. Revenge is a dish that is best served cold. In outer space, it's vacuum as your soul. You're in suspended animation as you wait. Frozen in fear as we decide your fate. No one is the greatest but Allah. That you can already guess if you moved out west. If you're Al Capone, then I'm Elliot Ness. Protest if you want, but we'll keep you abreast of what goes on Twitter and YouTube. You know what it is and you know what you're gonna do. I apologize for doing what I do that makes all these butthurt kids go back to school. The Dark Council is what I rep. The fandom menace gives no respect. YouTube is that I love, you are the best. And I hope I can roll with you yet. A raw, hard, resurrect God. We'll hold it down with the whole damn squad. Out the sky, I provide all good shit for y'all to survive. Ha ha ha! Be good to yourself and be good to others. The president is signing off. Peace.